Tell me again. Tell me again.
No,
Did you?
don't say.
I will tear
Don't
this
say.
mother. Did you move the to Abidjan? Didn't tell me?
Oh, here we go again. Angela's getting violent. Her threats, her physical intimidation is totally out of hand. I mean, yeah, Michael may have lied, but Angela's proving yet again that, frankly, she's disgusting, she's abusive, and she's just a horrible person.
This is ridiculous. Nobody goes through this much to get a goddamn visa. Nobody goes through what we've gone through.
I feel for the guy. But before we get there, let's just start at the beginning. So we left Michael and Angela as they prepared for Michael's visa interview. Only just before he was about to leave, Angela made a discovery that sent her into a frenzy. She stormed out and refused to accompany Michael. And when we join them again in this episode, Angela's waiting for Michael at a bar and she's beginning to rile herself up again.
We got in an argument with my husband, actually. And he's going to the embassy to get a visa.
Okay.
And we got in a big argument. I didn't go with him. And now I feel bad, and now I'm just nervous.
Angela's beckoned over this poor, unsuspecting waiter to air her dirty laundry. The guy's just nodding and smiling, probably wondering in his mind what the hell this crazy American lady is going on about. But if you think this is uncomfortable now, just look at what Angela jokes about when she's done explaining why she needs a cold beer.
If you don't show up, you want to go to dinner? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to lighten things up. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry to take your time. Just a beer and a glass, please.
Angela, leave the poor guy alone. She says that she's joking, but she does have a track record of flirting with other men, doesn't she? Like, can you imagine her reaction if the shoe was on the other foot? Can you imagine how ballistic she'd go if Michael was flirting with another woman? Angela doesn't even let the guy go on social media. So if he were to do the equivalent, she would go batshit insane. Now, speaking of Michael, it's been hours since he left. So where the hell is he?
This interview shouldn't take more than 20 minutes, is what we have found out by researching. And it's been hours, and I haven't even heard a text message from Michael.
Well, isn't this familiar? Perhaps Michael's getting a little practice in. He's practicing his disappearing act before he goes ahead and employs it in the States. Now, if this interview is actually taking hours, like Angela claims, then the chances are something has gone very, very wrong. But all of this extra time is giving Angela the opportunity to reflect.
I should have just been more understanding. He should have too, because I'm just as nervous as him. I'm going to text him right now and let him know I'm waiting here if he wants to come and meet his wife.
Angela says that Michael should have been more patient with her. She tries to justify her behaviour by saying she's as nervous as he is. Sure, he might be the one in the room being interviewed, but the visa is for the both of us, she explains. And while I do understand her logic, while I get that this interview may well be make or break for their marriage, the idea that somehow Michael's at fault is ludicrous. I mean, the guy did keep his cool. He was patient with Angela. He never once raised his voice. He tried to reason with her. He even begged her to come with him. She was the one that lost her patience. But it just goes to show, Angela really hates it when she's not the one in control.
Our entire future together hinges on if he can ace this interview. And what scares me the most is I have no control over the interview. It's all up to Michael.
Yeah, Angela really craves control. She craves power, and we've seen that so many times. She goes ballistic at the thought of Michael having any power. She does her utmost, even resorting to violence to ensure that he has no control. Maybe that's why Michael's late. Maybe the poor guy's just enjoying having a bit of breathing space. Now, whatever it is that Michael's doing, he's now left Angela waiting at the bar for yet another hour.
Why hasn't he called? Did he get it? Or did he not get it? And he's like, since the argument, did he just leave me?
How hilarious. Isn't that funny? Angela seems genuinely concerned that Michael may have messed up his visa interview and then just decided to leave her. decided to abandon her, not to come back. Now, frankly, the fact that that thought would even cross her mind means that deep down, perhaps subconsciously, she knows that she's given him plenty of reason to leave. She knows she's been abusive. It's, again, a very eerie coincidence, some foreshadowing as to what the future really does hold for them. And if for any reason you're not sure what I'm talking about, then check out my last video on the pair and this will all make sense. Look, the truth may well be that Michael's wanting to run. He's been wanting to run for a while now. But as he appears behind Angela, it's clear that today isn't that day.
You didn't get it?
No.
You didn't get it. What the you mean you didn't get it?
Angela, what did you literally just say about being more understanding? The second that Michael shows up, all of that has gone out of the window. Angela goes straight on the attack. She begins to cuss out Michael before she's even heard the facts. But maybe she really should keep her together, because from the way that Michael keeps telling her to hold on, there's obviously still more to come from this story.
I cannot believe that. I can't believe this.
Hold on, Angie.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
Angela's got to make this all entirely about herself, doesn't she? I mean, come on, this is a 57-year-old woman. She should be able to just sit down with her husband and talk about what's happened. But instead, she chooses to make a scene in public. She dramatically puts her hands over her face. She bends down, loudly exclaiming, "Oh my God." Please, just listen to what he has to say, Angela.
These consulars saw it on the system that I did K1 and I was denied. She asked me why was it denied. I said, I have no idea.
Now, remember, they're currently in the Ivory Coast, and Michael goes on to explain that today's immigration agent has said she'll write to the embassy in Nigeria to find out precisely why their visa's been denied. So, while it's not completely over, the truth is it's not exactly looking great for these two. Michael's already had 2 visas denied for reasons unknown. What exactly is going to come up when the agent writes to Nigeria?
We don't know what the they found. I knew there was going to be some screw up that you did.
Babe, okay, it's normal thing.
Nothing goes right for us.
Now, Michael sticks firmly to his stance that whatever's happening is completely within protocol. It's totally normal, he says. But I'm not exactly sure that he knows that. I think he's just desperately trying to pacify Angela, because right now, she's about 2 seconds away from completely losing her shit. And it doesn't exactly help matters when she realises the practical implications of what this lengthy correspondence will mean for them.
So we're stuck here 2 weeks.
You can leave, I will stay here.
Really? You know what? You can leave now.
No,
You can leave now.
hold on.
That's probably not the best thing to say, Michael. I think Angela right now, she desperately wants to feel like they're in this together. But Michael has just made her feel like it has nothing to do with her. But the question to ask here is he wrong? I don't think he is. I mean, Angela's the one who's free to leave whenever she wants. Angela has the golden ticket. She's got that golden passport. And all Michael wants, all Michael's fighting for, is a chance to have his own. He's just fighting for the chance.
I've been shaking all day. But you tell me to go home, you just stay here. You really care about me, huh?
Now, Michael defends himself by saying he knows his wife. He knows that she won't want to stay there. He's trying to twist it to make it sound like her leaving is for her benefit. But I wouldn't exactly be surprised if Michael just wants Angela out of his hair. If he just wants to be left in peace. But sadly for him, peace is a very, very long way off. Because Angela isn't done yet. She still has a lot more interrogation to do.
Nobody goes through what we've gone through.
It is normal thing. People go through.
Michael, I don't want you there. Nobody goes through this much to get a goddamn visa.
Jesus, Angela, get a f***ing grip. Nobody goes through this to get a visa because they all have normal, real relationships. It's you who chose to have this weird, messed up relationship with a man half your age. With a man from a country notorious for its romance scams. I mean, really? Are you really surprised why the immigration agents are so skeptical? I'd be skeptical too. I mean, who in their right mind would want to marry Angela? There's got to be something wrong there. There's got to be something not quite right with that arrangement. And unfortunately for Michael, as he continues with his story, something else pops up that's also not quite right. He gets caught up in a lie.
She said, everything looks good. Then she asked, why did I move my case from Lagos to Abuja? I said, because of backlog.
Wait, why did he move the case? That's not what they said in the last episode, is it? I thought Angela was very clear that the application was transferred by the US Embassy.
There's a huge backlog in Nigeria, so Michael's application was transferred by the U.S. Embassy to another country.
So was it Michael who moved the application, or was it the US Embassy? Because that makes a huge difference, and Angela, not surprisingly, has picked up on this inconsistency.
How did you go to Abidjan?
I moved here from Lagos because of interview dates.
You son of a bitch, you didn't tell me that.
Uh-oh, this really isn't looking good for Michael. He seems to have lied about transferring the application. And I think we all know that saying Angela's gonna be upset is the understatement of the century. Angela's been simmering away all day in the heat. Who knows how many beers deep she is at this point, and it's no surprise when she snaps. She well and truly snaps, and this is absolutely not okay.
Tell me again. Tell me again.
No,
Did you?
don't say it.
I will tear
Don't
this
say
mother.
it.
Did you move the to Abidjan? Didn't tell me?
Angela launches herself at Michael. She's using her height to tower over him and physically threaten him. She snatches at the government letter, which I'm assuming must be important, because she then threatens to tear it up. Like, make no mistake, that's such a symbolic threat there. She's literally and symbolically threatening to tear up the last chance that Michael has for a life in the States. This mental, this physical power that she's exerting over him is well and truly up. Like, for as suspicious as Michael's behaviour has been, and make no mistake, the fact that he's lied does make it seem like he's doing something sneaky, but even taking that into account, Angela's behaviour, the way she immediately switches to violence, just isn't okay. It's unacceptable. This is not the way to handle things.
I'm sure the embassy thought that was suspicious, and that's probably why you ain't got the damn visa right now.
Calm down, let me explain this to you.
You just slipped.
Look, let's just call it for what it is. There's no getting away from the fact that the more that Michael talks, the more he digs a hole. He is coming across as a liar. But I think this is a strategic lie. This isn't Michael just lying for the sake of it. He's not lying because he enjoys lying. He's lying because he wants to strategically avoid conflict. But clearly it's not worked.
Michael, what you're doing is doing what you want and telling me later, and it's causing problems. Honey, I'm too old for that. And I love you for 7 years, but I can drop you for 7 more.
Angela's behaviour towards Michael, the way that she treats him, is disgusting. It's been going on for years, and frankly, that's precisely why no one's surprised at what transpired. This episode, everything we've seen today, is yet more proof of Angela's violent, abusive, demeaning behaviour. And having put up with this for so long, I think Michael well and truly deserves his shot at life in the States. A life without Angela.